Hey folks, today we are taking a look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxe Class Soundwave. He comes this time with a Ravage mini figure. He has also gotten quite an extensive makeover. His tech specs are here on the side. I do find the fact that his courage is 4 to be a little weird, considering I'd say out of all of Megatron's people, he's the most courageous, if not devious. On the back of the box, we've got the photoshopped version of the toy, plus the Ravage figure. Now, I will note that you can even see it here, that the Ravage figure is not completely black. Oh well. Bottom has the Bumblebee, Wheeljack, and Laserback figures. So, let's get them open up and take a look. So here we have Soundwave out of the box. Now I have already attached Ravage, as he goes right here onto Soundwave's chest, and I have added his little gun here. One thing you need to be aware of is the gun is very trigger happy. It is a capture claw, and it looks okay. It works fine. It's got a nice little capture claw gimmick there. You plug it in, and unfortunately, though, if you just tap the back of it, it'll launch. So be wary that the latching mechanism isn't so powerful. But the gun is a nice addition. The figure itself is rather interesting. I do like the new colors. I love the new bright yellow face. I really like that, and it's glittery, too. Overall, though, the figure has not changed all that much. There are a couple of new bits, specifically the lower arms here. This is all new. The hands are new-ish. And some other little spots, like there's some extra spikies here on the chest. But compared to the original figure, I actually think it's not much of an improvement, to be honest. I like the cohesiveness of the original figure versus the new one. Plus, I like the fact that the old one's hands are much more obvious as opposed, or not obvious. They're much better, not proportion, but they look better, okay? They look better. You can straighten the hands out on the original. You can't on the new figure. All of the posability is exactly the same. There is no change in the posability, and the transformation is exactly the same. The new figure has swirlies in its paint, which is a sign, which is the same with all the other figures, all the other, the newer molds or refresh. I like the louder look of this Soundwave as opposed to the original, but the original just oozed Soundwave more. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Ravage. So we'll pop him off and just take his legs and put them down. And here we have this little Ravage figure. I don't know if this is supposed to turn into a weapon or not, but you can kind of do this and he will shoot energon poop at his enemies. But this peg is to plug into Soundwave's chest. Now, compare that to Laserbeak. And he just fell over. So Laserbeak was this flying thing, and you have Ravage, which is this little cougar thing. So Ravage plugs in right there into the chest. Just get the legs lined up with the openings. And then I like to flip the claws around to give him a more spiky chest look, but you don't have to. I think the directions say just kind of leave them dangling. I don't like that. I prefer that. So transformation for this guy, as I said, is exactly the same as the original Soundwave figure. Fold the arms up and peg them in. Unfortunately, this figure has very loose ball joints right here at above the elbow. And then straighten the arms out to form the wings. Take the shoulders and pull them down like that. And when you do that, you will most likely lose Ravage, which I have a very bad habit of doing. Open up the back and fold out the thruster to flip up and flip back the head. And there we go. take the legs, fold the feet up along the shins, and fold the heels down. That'll allow you to fold the nose cone of the Predator drone down. Now, we have a little bit of an issue here. The plastic is different on this figure. At least I think it is. Yes, it is definitely different. The plastics here are much softer than they are on the original figure. The only thing I could think of is that they're cheaper plastics. That's the only thing I could think of. Because getting this guy into his alt mode is an exercise in frustration. And it's not because things won't line up. Things line up fine. They just don't stay pegged together. So, okay, you can peg those in. And these heel bits that form the heels in robot mode are very, very soft plastic, while on the original figure, they were much harder. So everything has a tendency to unpeg itself very easily. Just be aware of that. Then we bring the wings in and peg them into slots on the legs. In fact, my figure, most of the plastic feels softer than the original. I don't know why that is. I think they just use cheaper plastic. It just is not a good feel for this figure. Comparing the two alt modes, it's really interesting to see just how much of a difference there is between the two. The whole fuselage is completely redone along with the outer wing segments. The only things that are even remotely similar are these little parts of the fuselage right here. Not even the pieces of plastic that hold the wings to the body are the same. The yellow there and the gray there. They're not even the same. I mean, these are, yes, they have the same transformation and they have the same look, but they're completely different figures. It's really amazing that Hasbro took this, or went with this idea. The wings are also a lot longer, but I've noticed on my figure, they don't stay pegged in nearly as well as they do on the original figure. Now, the original figure, the wingspan is shorter, but you have a much more classic Predator drone look than what you have with the new figure. Not saying the new figure's bad. I actually like the alt mode on the new figure. I think it looks much more fearsome and much more, well, I mean, he's going to start some things. Not very aerodynamic, mind you. Now, something I do want to stress is, on my figure, I can't keep the nose cone completely closed up. It just won't go. It just will not stay completely closed. Now, if I push these two bits together, it pops open the front of the fuselage. If I push the fuselage back together, it opens these two bits again. I think that's just bad design. Overall, though, it's not a bad figure. I personally like the original Soundwave from Transformers Prime better, but this guy isn't bad. If you missed out on the original Soundwave, this one's okay. I'd still say try and find that original Soundwave, though, because I think it's a better figure. There are hundreds more videos over at Baltmatrix's channel, so get over there. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and do all that other jazz that you're supposed to do here on YouTube.